Hey Pisces, this will be your Tarot Sportscast for April 2021. This is the place where we ask the question, what sport are we talking about anyway? Well, the game of life, of course. And I know that you're in it to win it because you wouldn't be here otherwise. So the starting bell's already rung. Let's go find our seats and enjoy the show. Catch you on the other side. We're going to begin with the Yang line today. What we've got, Yang, is you in your colors, in your armor, on your steed. So what does that feel like? Feel like home territory? If it's not, perhaps in April it's going to be something to get comfortable with. If it is, then enjoy the moment. So Pisces, right? And water, depth, feelings, emotion. And here you are confronted with a fire sign option, something that will draw out your energy in a specific manner, right? Here's the dude. What does he want to do, though? He wants to do something that is right down your alley. He wants to join forces with someone else in a dynamic of love energy, a dynamic of feelings and emotions, and there is a home component here. Home, family, because it's Venus in Cancer. So, cool. How's this for an option? Like the sport for the month is to get on your steed to be your knightly Knight of Wands self. Fire up your furnace with the things, the components that make it worthwhile, i.e. integrity, inspiration, intuition, and sally forth, right? Ride ahead. The knight, right? Riding towards the cups. So why would that be? That's where the interest lies. And that's where if there is something in store for you in April that is a new relationship, an opportunity for a new relationship, or an opportunity to up the ante with the existing home relationship, then seize the moment. Carpe diem, right? And notice how in this Tarot of Dreams deck, the Hierophant is titled Faith. So, what does the Hierophant bring? The Hierophant brings spiritual guidance. And spiritual guidance wants to point right now at the faith component. Faith in what? Perhaps begin with yourself. Have faith in yourself. Have faith in an opportunity. And carry that, that's not going to work if you just carry the faith in yourself and the faith in the opportunity up to the doorstep and leave it outside, right? Take it into the chamber with you, because in all honesty and in all sincerity, the energy of this Hierophant is not going to work unless there's a synchronicity and a resonance with that vibration all the way. It's founded on that vibration and based upon it. Yang, you are up for the game, I'm sure. And if you're not, just go jump on this little horse guy right here and see how that feels. You know, you're going to feel the energy of a being that is capable of monumental acts of strength. And in this case, the steed with this knight is not a horse. It's a dragon. Want to ride a dragon? April's a month maybe to give it a try. Yin. Yin. You sacred feminine person, you. Let's start out with the ultimate feminine completion mode. Why is it a woman in the world card? That's a question I would say of my opinion, but that's not going to do you any good. Just consider that the idea of that completing a cycle on a divine level, on a major arcana level, along with the idea of perfect balance, right? Completion and perfect balance in that mix, right? And looks to me, I mean, with these cards, this ViceVersa deck, that's before you as a being have walked into the frame. And this is after you are in the frame, which is saying to me, it's not new news. It's just something that wants to be revisited, but maybe with a new idea, a new lens in your glasses, right? To be able to see the worth of what got you here and the value of being here, right? Well, and in your case, what do you want to do about that? Yeah, thinking about it is fine. What do you want to do about it? How about a 6 of Cups moment? How about taking a relationship, and even if it's something that you're in the process of visualizing, because you're in between or you're waiting or you've finally gotten onto that moving sidewalk like they have in the terminals at airports, and you are riding that sidewalk and you know where it leads. It leads to your arriving at your next emotional stopping place with having gone through certain purification endeavors. Getting clean in your soul, getting authentic in yourself, getting unified in your spirit. How cool is that, right? And then you're looking at this kind of a willingness to see it through, to see through that emotional whatever. If it comes from newness, that's got a little bit of anxiety to it potentially, and you can take it away. If it's something that you're perhaps recovering from an experience you've gone through before, also that's got some anxiety in it. A new beginning of a relationship can have some anxiety. You can take it away. Why? Well, that's what you brought with you after you contemplated who you really are and what you really have to offer. Sweet, if you ask me. And then, Yin, here he is waiting, the King of Pentacles. And a very solid individual. For your, even though this is kind of fun and delightful to dance through these ideas, there's a sincerity component to it, a very practical but warm component to it. And that is that even if this kind of person is not an earth sign, this king represents a grounded energy, something that is solid, firm, based in reality, based in physical world things, with the components that allow a king to reach into the higher ground like no one else, right? Excellent for both yang and yin. So, in recapping, the yang in April, you have taken your watery self, running it through a fiery experience, right? So maybe the team and that your opponent can be yourself, right? So maybe your effort in your sport for the month needs to be the willingness to occupy territory that might not be normal. It might not feel comfortable at first. And to put on that cloak, that mantle, that hat, and walk through that veil of fire to a friendly territory kind of experience, and remembering this is probably your biggest challenge, even though this is the most subtle and perhaps most invisible in terms of overt action, taking yourself in there with the guidance of the Hierophant, but to represent, to be the emissary of Hierophant energy in that whole game plan that you're putting together for April. Yin, your game is one of perhaps your arena is sitting across from yourself at a table with a chessboard in there between you. Because in order to think 5 moves ahead, you got to know where you are. And by confronting yourself or to inviting yourself into that mix in the contemplation mode allows you clarity of vision and really getting your arms around who you are and what you are, walking in with perseverance to a scenario that has emotional and relationship-oriented components, and allowing your greatness, your world-class, here's world-class, right? Your world-class sports person behavior to be up to the task of letting things go and letting them wash away. And then, boom, allowing, no more than that. You don't have to go get this kind of energy, this person. You got to just allow it. And you're opening the gates of your inner being and your inner greatness to that allows it. So let's see what the air temperature and the weather is in the stadium of your sport for the month. And the situation is death. So let it go. Allow it to be. Allow your experience to be inclusive, not exclusive. Don't exclude death from your mentality and your visualization and your awareness, right? I mean, the Dalai Lama wrote the foreword to one of the Tibetan books of the dead that I read, and he said that his culture continuously studied and prepared for death all through life. And he said, well, why would you not do that? in his writing of the foreword. He said, well, why would you not do that? Because it is part. The day we're born, it's part of our experience here. So that's not supposed to be heavy and ponderous. Just bring it with you. Just take it along. It can teach you a lot and help you get through some things earlier than you might have otherwise, more quickly. You got a component in you that wants to stand in your way. Are you a person that is constantly looking at how fair is that? That's not fair. And trying to always balance things and really taking yourself out of being in the moment because you're focused on the wrong thing. You're looking at, well, is that fair or not fair? And don't let that be an obstacle. Once again, it's a matter of perspective and it's a matter of balance. And who's at the controls? Who's in the pilot's seat? You. You got the So the Hierophant is your strength and your asset. And that also having been in such a vital position with the Yang, consider this. We could be talking about this reading could be one for one person, not separating the yin and yang out as separate persons, but rather one person with yin and yang within them. And since this Hierophant was in that case, was in such a prominent position, this one being an asset even highlights the importance of who is this guy and what do you want to bring from him that he is offering. He wants you to sit in his seat, to walk in his moccasins for, a while, right? So adopt the mode, adopt the energy, and let it be your asset. It's going to carry you far, and I will guarantee, this is just me saying, further than you can do it by yourself. And your outcome is a refined, huge level of the sacred feminine energy, the Empress. So creativity is all around this. Nurturing is all around this. Like digging into what the mining of your soul self. It seems to be for April something that really wants some attention, and make it a sport. Get up for the game. Psych yourself, for certain things that lead themselves. I mean, because you got at the end game, at the end is such a wonderful potential outcome. Even if it's not the be-all and end-all answer to your dreams, it's big. Sweet. Thanks for coming. Thanks for being here. I'll see you in a month. Till then, be well. Love you all. Bye for now.